Osceola County is just booming with growth. They've just announced the Ovation Entertainment District. So there's going to be in Kissimmee, Florida, 3 luxury hotels, dining and entertainment options, and a 175-foot Ferris wheel that's going to be visible from the I-4. That's going to come near Disney area. And in St. Cloud, there was an acquisition in Canoe Creek Reserve where KB Home purchased a 710 home subdivision in Osceola County as well. With all this growth in Osceola County, I'm actually excited about being at this builder today in St. Cloud, Florida, where I'm gonna check out some new constructions and I'm gonna show you guys like what they have to offer so you could be part of an area that's booming. St. Cloud, Florida in the last 6 months had 923 single family sales, which is about 34% of the entire Osceola County. So I would say that, with it being a third of like all of the sales happening with single family, homes, this is a good place to start where you'll probably get a home for a great price that over time will have some equity. My name is Jodeni Ogando. I'm a Central Florida realtor. On this channel, we explore all things real estate throughout all of the counties in Central Florida. Osceola, Polk, Lake, Orange. Today, we're in Osceola County, specifically in St. Cloud, Florida. We're checking out some brand new homes, and at the time of this video, they have incentives up to $18,000 in closing costs, and they also have very low interest rate with their preferred lender as well. I've been in this real estate game for about 5, 6 years, and throughout all that time, I've made connections with so many different builder reps. So when you're out there looking for homes on your own and you're just Googling away or going on Zillow and Realtor.com, some of the things that you may not realize is, first of all, when you go on Zillow and Realtor.com, what's actually happening is they're never gonna pair you with the actual listing agent or the builder reps. They're going to pair you with local buyers agents, and most of the time on big teams they just hand those leads off to these brand new agents that are just hungry for a showing and just want to sell you the first house, and they actually need that commission to pay their bills most of the time. So you want to be careful just going online and randomly just hooking up with any agent to help you in your home search. Another thing is when you're actually Googling like all these different builders and communities, what's going to happen on the first page of Google is you're going to get a lot of sponsored ads from builders with the highest marketing dollars. That's not necessarily going to be the best deal, but you're going to see which builders have the most marketing dollars promotion wise, because they're going to pop up on the first page. Then they're going to retarget you on all of your social media because you already started down that funnel, and then you're going to see them everywhere over and over again. The worst part is once you start talking to any of them, they want to collect all of your information so they can continue to drip on you with emails, calls, automated, all this stuff. Whereas if you were just reach out to a realtor, I actually have all the different opportunities in the area. You just got to tell me what you're looking for. And what I'll do is I'll go to my spreadsheet and then create like an opportunities sheet just for you based on what you need. And you don't have to go through all that trouble of putting your name, email, and phone number on all those different databases and then get bombarded with like so much over communication. The front of this house faces southwest. We have a 2,600 square foot home behind me. It has about 5 bedrooms, and there's different sections of the home that you could probably close off to make additional bedrooms as well. Some of the things that are awesome about St. Cloud is the proximity to the airport. You also have Lake Nona not too far from here, and you're just a stone throw away from Kissimmee. So you'll have access to Disney, you'll have Universal not too far away. You're pretty centrally located, but you're still kind of tucked away in the outskirts, so you have maximum privacy as well. A fun fact is that I was actually under contract myself personally to buy this exact floor plan in Haines City, Florida not too long ago. And then the rates started going up, and that was like a whole story. But when you first walk into this property, the first thing you're gonna see on the left is this massive bonus room that they're using kind of like a dining area right now. So it's like a flex space as well. What's interesting is if you were to close this off, this could be like, instead of the 5 bedrooms, this could be like a 6th situation. I mean, it doesn't have a closet, but it has a window and you can just close it off and somebody could just put a bed in here and a TV, call it a room. And then when you come down the hallway, you have this massive island in the kitchen, which is an open floor plan kind of, as far as like the living room and the kitchen goes, but not the dining room. And it's a 2-story home. So you have 2 stories. I think, well, one of the bedrooms is downstairs with one of the bathrooms, and then you have the rest of the bedrooms upstairs as well with the other bathroom. I visit a lot of model homes, and a lot of model homes, they skip out on little things like backsplash, but not this builder. They have the backsplash here, so it gives the kitchen some nice character. Amazing upgraded countertops, and they have the stainless steel appliances. What do you think about this kitchen? Right off of the kitchen, you're gonna have a little, kind of like a breakfast nook area over here, because you can use the other space as a dining room, or you can just use this as a dining area as well if you wanted to close off that space and use it as a home office or a home gym or in-law suite or whatever it is you want to do with it. If you watched any of my other videos, you'll probably know why I like this floor plan. You're in the kitchen right now. You could be cooking right now or washing some dishes, and you can peek right into your living room. Your family could be spending time over here. You can have the TV playing as well. So this is a very family-friendly floor plan. And we have a huge pantry for all of the snacks right behind me. Once you go down the aisle of the living room, you're gonna have access to the first bedroom downstairs with a bathroom right behind me, access to your garage, and some storage right over here as well. I still remember it like it was just yesterday when we got into contract. This primary bedroom was one of the reasons we were so excited. There's so much space in this primary bedroom. What we didn't like was in the bathroom, there wasn't a tub, but we were gonna renovate that and put like a nice big garden tub in there and probably get rid of the shower. But that was like one of the things we didn't like, that there was just a shower in the bathroom. You also have a very nice sized laundry room, and then right down the hallway upstairs, you have access to this nice sized loft as well up here, which if you were to close off this wall, this can kind of be like a 7th situation, because there's 5 bedrooms, and you can close off the downstairs area and close this off. This section here actually has a closet and a window as well. So if you just created like a door, you'd have another room. When you're buying a home, there's several things you have to factor in as far as like the cost to buy the home. One of the things is the down payment. The other thing is the closing costs. So on a typical home buyer, first-time home buyer loan, like an FHA, which is pretty common, you'd be at 3.5% down of the purchase price. Now let's say in this community we're around $400,000. At 3.5%, what it would be 400,000 times 3.5%. It's about $14,000. Now, there's also closing costs. When you're factoring in closing costs, you want to estimate anywhere between 3 to 5% of the purchase price. But the great news is this builder is actually helping you with your closing costs by giving you concessions. In some scenarios, they can pretty much cover all of your closing costs. They'll never be able to cover your down payment with any builder incentives. unless if they have some sort of down payment assistance going on, or it's an area like USDA, or you're a VA loan buyer. Let's talk about what actually goes into the closing costs. I have a document right in front of me from a recent closing, which pretty much outlines what it costs to buy a property. They call this the settlement statement. So with the way that they outline this document, they start with the purchase price. So they're gonna have the price that you settled on or negotiated with, or that your realtor negotiated for you with. It's gonna be the first thing on this document. And then you're gonna have any deposit that you put down. So the deposit can be referred to as the escrow deposit, earnest money deposit, or just deposit. Not to be confused with your down payment, because if your down payment is $14,000, your deposit may not be $14,000, but they do want you to put some skin in the game at the beginning of the process until you've completed all your due diligence. And if you somehow fail to do your due diligence somewhere along the line, then your deposit could be at risk. Now, there's protections in place to protect your deposit, like financing contingencies and other ones. But if you just flat out decide in the middle of the deal, I just changed my mind, yeah, you could be at risk of losing that deposit. Under the deposit, you're gonna have the loan amount. So if you're doing financing, this document's gonna show you how much loan to value or loan to price you're gonna be basically financing. That'll be on the document as well. And then right under that, you're gonna have any seller credits. On this particular deal, we were able to get $22,624 for our buyer, from the seller. Right under that, you're gonna have prorated adjustments, so county taxes will be right there. And then you're gonna have the loan charges to the lender. So most of these builders have their own preferred lender, so some of them even own the lending company as well. But with this one, it was a Taylor Morrison, so they had some loan charges, a processing fee, underwriting fee, and an appraisal fee. The appraisal is when someone goes out to determine the value of the property, not to be confused with the home inspection where they go out to determine the condition of the property. Then there is the credit report fee, the VA funding fee, and prepaid interest. After that, you're gonna have e-recording fees, and then you're gonna have what are called impounds. So you're gonna have homeowners insurance and property taxes. Now, a lot of people are talking about their mortgages going up after a year or two after they buy new construction because they weren't properly educated by the realtor, and maybe the realtor wasn't even properly educated when they helped that consumer buy that property. But what happens is, the first thing is with homeowners insurance, when you're closing on a property, the whole year will be due up front as a prepaid item. And then right away, when you start getting your mortgage being taken out, you're gonna notice the insurance again, and you might be confused. You might say, why am I paying this insurance twice? Well, you're not paying it twice. They took the whole first year up front, prepaid, and then monthly they're collecting the homeowner's insurance or HOI payment again, and they're collecting it and putting it into what's called an escrow account. Your lender, or the lender, that the company servicing your mortgage, is going to create that escrow account for you with your property taxes and your homeowner's insurance. And at the end of the year, or towards the end of the year, they'll take what's in there and pay out the appropriate parties, which is homeowner's insurance and property taxes. But where some people get caught up is the property taxes on a new construction. When you're first buying it, the actual taxes are on the assessed value of just dirt, of just the land itself. The moment they build their structure on it, those property taxes don't get reassessed right away. Not until the sale is recorded at the county level, and then the taxes get reassessed, maybe up to a year later, then the actual taxes actually get corrected. They go based off of millage rates and different calculations to figure out what your taxes can be. So I always recommend call the county when you're buying a house, just to have like a second opinion on what the taxes are gonna be. And another thing is, you wanna also file for the homestead exemption if you're gonna use it as your primary residence. That'll protect your property from certain things and potentially give you some discounts as well. Then there's title company fees. So there's lien search fees, there's doc stamps, there's owner's policy, and then you have HOA fees as well. There's a whole lot of fees that get factored into buying a house. But the great news is, when you're buying a new construction, they'll eat up most of those costs with their concessions when you're using their preferred lender. That's why, even though I am a mortgage broker, I always recommend using, most of the time, the builder's lender, because sometimes they have deals that are just too good to beat. If you made it this far into the video, I want to say thank you. Drop a like on this video, drop a comment where you're watching from, subscribe to the channel. Down in the description, I'm going to start working on most of my videos to put a link down there with a landing page that would give you access to my builder list. So in the landing page, it most likely is going to ask for your name, email, and like purchase price or whatever. And that way I can get you out a list that will basically match your needs. You could also put your phone number if you want, that way we can speak. But I want you to do it at your level when you're comfortable. I don't want to get your information right away and start bombarding you with calls and texts like other people. I want you to get the information that you need first. And then when you're ready to get the help from me, then you basically will reach out to me again directly. The best way to contact me, if you visit my website, www.joedenny.com. That's JODENNY. At the bottom of my website, you'll have a link to my calendar. And pretty much you could just plug in your information there and you'll be put onto my calendar, and we can have a Zoom call or a phone call, or we could even have an in-person consultation if you're in Florida. I have different offices in Lake Nona, Lake Mary, downtown Orlando, and Clermont. So if, whatever side of town you're in, I could probably get us a nice little office space to meet at, or a coffee shop, or we could do a Zoom and we can have a discovery call where we could talk about your goals, what you're trying to get into and everything. And with me being a mortgage broker as well, I can actually help on the financing side as well. I got multiple clients right now since I've got licensed in December for mortgages that we're doing different, plans and strategies to get them mortgage ready in the next few weeks and next few months. I even have one that wants to buy in the next few years, but I'm actually working with them right now to get all their ducks in a row. See, most lenders and mortgage brokers may not want to, get that involved once you tell them I'm not 3 months out, I'm like 6 months or a year. They might want to say, hey, call me back when you're ready, but not me. I want to help you out now so we can get the process started. Whenever you're ready, we can have all your ducks in a row.